And we're back on a Friday doing a walk and talk like I always be doing. So, the Golden Triangle hunt. It's coming up quick. December 13th. If you're in Dallas, if you're in North Texas, if you have a car, if you have an airplane, sign up. Come to it. It's going to be fun. December 13th. We'll have a good time. The cost of entry is not that high either. I think it's like $125, which is not bad for a seated hunt, you know. It'll be a good time. We got some good prizes. A couple detectors, pinpointers, the usual, but also like I'm not expecting like a massive amount of people, and that's good. You know, I mean, I don't expect it to be like a slump, but also like your odds are better than if you show up and there's 800 people at the hunt. By the way, I've been to hunts with 800 people. It's wild. Fun, but wild. A bunch of people got COVID too, so that wasn't that great when that happened, but it'd be like that. Oh, by the way, Lone Star Hunt was this last weekend. The 50th annual open hunt, which has now been renamed to the Robert Jordan hunt, which deservedly so. He's a great hunt master. Old Harold, he got a little more silver than I did. But in all honesty, I walked off the field way early to give people a chance. You know, he's like 70. So, you know, sometimes you gotta let him have it. So anyway, that's what we call digging. I just took a dig on him. Harold's a great hunter, and he did a good job. Also, I made a list so I can kind of, Mrs. Treasure says that my ADHD gets a little out of hand with some of these videos. So we'll try to stay on topic. Let's see here. Oh, by the way, I'm sure everyone saw Greg Pickens from Finding America died. That sucks. That really does suck, because easily one of the best creators in this genre of metal detecting entertainment. Always with just super positive, great information on stuff with him, it didn't have to be like a silver coin. It could be anything. And he would tell you the history of it. It was really cool. So I'm definitely going to miss that. I feel terrible for his family, because I think it happened out of the blue. I don't know. It's just, I hate that. And I'm definitely going to miss Finding America. But luckily, those videos should live on in perpetuity. So if you've never seen Finding America with Greg Pickens, you should go check it out, because they're really good. My thoughts are definitely going out to him. The race to pay off the Manticore is ongoing. It's coming along. As the next couple videos come out, you'll see that we're not getting there. I owe a ton of money. Well, I mean, it's paid for, but you know what I mean, like redeeming the cost. It's going to come, and hopefully it comes sooner than later. We are making progress, though. Some treasure has been found, and that's always good, because that's really why we do this, and that's why the name of this channel is Get That Treasure. That's actually not the reason the name of the channel is Get That Treasure. Well, I'll go ahead and tell you why. I used to just use my name, and I would make these little shorts, and it was basically just me plucking stuff out of the ground. Well, I would watch metal detectorists go live, and in the live, I would just be like, get that treasure. And that's just, I kind of pop in and I'd say, get that treasure. And then one day I just changed the name to Get That Treasure. And that's why this is called Get That Treasure. And it's really more of a philosophy. Get that treasure. No matter what you do, I hope you get it. Okay, even though I got a list, clearly I ran off on a tangent. One of the things I wanted to talk about in this walk and talk was metal detecting adjacent rituals. Now, one thing I do always is anytime I find silver coins, I put them in these little coin slips and I date and locate where I found it and the date that I found it, as well as whatever it is, you know. So if it's like a 1943 Mercury dime, I put the date on it, or the year on it, 1943, and then whatever the mint is on there. I also do it with non-precious coins, starting with Indian heads and before. So, and then I put them in a book. So you can go in this book and look chronologically and be like, well, look, Joe was here, here, and here on these dates. And for me, it's almost like a compulsive thing now, to where like I have to do it. Now that's just because I'm probably a little crazy, but do you have any metal detecting adjacent rituals that you perform? Or, you know, hobbies that have developed because of that? Another one is like, you know, tumbling finds. Not everybody tumbles their finds, but I love doing that. That's a whole other metal detecting adjacent ritual. I let the stuff build up, stuff that's not necessarily treasure, but is interesting. Throw it in the tumbler, as well as spendable change. Great way to make change good enough to go back into circulation, i.e. rolling it up and sticking it in a bank. Let them deal with those rotten zinc pennies. I'm gonna get my money back out of them, I know that much. So if you do have something like that, let me know. I'd be interested. There may be something I'm missing out on that I don't do, and I'd love to hear about it. Tonight, I'll be speaking at the Golden Triangle meet in Garland. I always forget where it is. I'm terrible with direction. Mrs. Treasure will tell you right now, I'm so quick to get lost inside of a parking garage. Something's wrong with me. I don't know what it is, okay? But it's like fighting for my life to escape them sometimes. I don't know, okay? Don't ask me how to get somewhere either. I don't know. You would think for someone who is relatively decent at doing research and finding places to detect, that I would be better at finding my way around. Well, I'm not. You know, that's just something I struggle with. You know what's crazy too? I took a DNA test, and in the results, it was like, may have a harder than normal time with direction. How can you tell? There's a gene for being terrible at finding your way out of something? Whatever. Anyway, what else is going on? Oh, big news. Big news. As of this morning, we're like 9 subscriptions away from 1,000 followers. Which means we're getting really close to being able to invade a small town. I am so looking forward to having that. You know, like I'll hear people be like, hey, you know, he's got an army. No, I want a real one. I want a real one. We'll get uniforms. We'll go do something. We got to do something. You know, you want some real treasure? Let's invade a small little town. Anyway, illusions of grandeur, or delusions of grandeur. But really excited about that. I can't thank you guys enough, because it's just, I don't know, that's crazy to me. Why would anybody want to watch me? I'm such a kind of a nut, you know, I walk around in metal detector. Who does that? Clearly a lot of us do, but also not really. So I'm really excited about that. If you've made it this far, give your boy a subscription. If you're not subscribed, if you can withstand it and you like watching this, go ahead, subscribe. Quit being on the fence. Also, like it. Do that if you don't subscribe. I don't care if you do subscribe or not. Just like the thing and then share it. Send it to somebody else who won't like it. Make them watch it. Anyway, I went through the list and stayed on target. And I've done 2 loops around the block. So we're getting in our steps. As always, if you email me at igetthattreasure@gmail.com, I'll send you some stickers and whatever swag I have at the time. Matter of fact, I just put a couple envelopes out in the mail yesterday. So I hope you guys get your stickers. So we got a hunt video coming up Monday. Rolling into the weekend, I'm going to be out trying to get that treasure. I hope you get that treasure. And really, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for watching.